going on, everybody? I've had a couple people request this video. The difference between a BCI and a BCC. Unfortunately, the only Colombian that I have is Paul, and he's gigantic. But I do have, most of you know, I have my 2010 Suriname and my 2010 Nicaraguan. So I'll use them to point out some differences. I did try to get Paul and Bella out here, side by side. But for those of you who watched my my Suriname video a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know. But yeah, you saw me fight with just Bella alone. Fighting with both of them, going all over this room. There's so much shit they can get in. It would have been a disaster. So, all right. Grab a flashlight because Paul's light is broken. Or even, pretty girl here. But she's hopefully gravid, so I'll leave her alone. Oh, Paul, hi. Where to get started? Actually, I'll probably pull him out. That shouldn't be too bad. Hi. I don't like when he does that. Makes me nervous. Hi. How you doing? So this is Paul. Come on. As most of you know, Paul was my first boa. He's an 07. Now the first thing you see with most BCIs, if not all, their background color is a brown. Some of them do get a little lighter, but most of them are this brown. Even he is a little light. You know what? Mostly, got the gist of it. You can see the saddles are kind of like a horse saddle, basically. This is, I think, one of the main differences between BCIs and BCCs. This, kind of like a bow tie almost. No, I didn't want to say bow tie because I don't want to confuse people with the hypo saddles, because they are basically like this but very reduced. Most of the time they're not touching, and the main difference. Oh my God. The major difference between BCIs and BCCs is the tail. You can see why I don't want to get them out. As a baby, a BCI can have a pretty blood red tail. But with age, it does get a brown like this. If I ever learn how to put pictures and do a slideshow video, I will. When Paul was a baby, he had a blood red tail. But now, as you can see, it's this kind of like a mahogany, a light brown. It's not red anymore. A true red tail will stay pretty red. If anything, the tail will turn a maroon, like a more of a purple. But it doesn't get really brown like that. So that's normal. Let me show you a younger BCI. This might get a little difficult because she's a psycho, but this is a Central American BCI. Most of you know Jill. Central Americans tend to have, you know, the lighter pattern, more of a rust color tail. You can see hers. I wish I could get closer, but she will literally rip my face off. I could try this. I'll just block her face. But yeah. You see the same thing. Kind of the saddle shaped saddles. I wish I can zoom on this. This is my iPhone. Put that back there. You know, basically the same pattern as Paul, for the most part. Again, that's a normal BCI pattern. She is Het for T positive, but you know, being Het for that doesn't like affect her phenotype or, you know, her image, whatever you want to call it. Now, taking into consideration what I already said, sorry. Like I said with the saddles, BCI or BCC will have these, you know, same pattern, but you get that point in the middle. I kind of think of Batman when I look at it. They're called peaks. You know, when you have somebody talking about a BCC and you say they have sharp peaks, it means that these come to a very fine point. He doesn't have that good of peaks, but you could see. And with the tail, you can see this is much more of a red, you know, red orange than the brown. And there's much more, you know, black speckling in the tail. I used to call it cookies and cream. And you can see their background color is a much more like a cream, silvery color. It's not brown like the you know, Paul and Jill. You know, this is a younger boa. I'll show you an adult. Fortunately, her light has blown too. So, this is Bella. Most of you know Bella. You can still see her tail. It's not as bright as Spartacus's because of her age. They darken with age. You can still see it's definitely not what a BCI's tail will look like at this age. She's she's going to be 4 this year. She'll be 4 in, I think her birthday's in August. You know, you could still see that nothing close to what Paul's is. Because she's older, you know, their patterns don't change. They just get bigger with the snake, if that makes sense. When she was young, she had super, super sharp peaks. Oh my God. She's so heavy. Sorry about that. Come on. When she was young, she had real sharp peaks. Now you can see they've kind of dulled because she is a lot bigger. But still, you can clearly see the peaks. So you have that, and you have that. This is what I meant when I didn't want to compare them to a bow tie. You know, Sally's a salmon or a hypo, and still the same pattern. You know, just a bow tie basically, but very reduced. They don't touch. Every saddle doesn't touch like a normal does. But Still basically the same shape, but clearly you see the difference. And again, the background color, more of a cream instead of a, well, she's peachy. You know, this is like a creamy silver color, or gray. And, you know, you can see Jill's brown. She has some oranges still on her side, but, you know, for the most part, she's brown. She's gray or cream, whatever you want to call it. And even her, the diamonds on her side are red throughout her body. So, and again, I like to call it cookies and cream, especially on the bottom. Her stomach is, you know, ghost white, and she has a black speckling all over her tail. But yeah, I hope this helped those of you who wanted this video. Hope it cleared things up. It can be tricky for people just getting into it. For a year, I thought Paul was a BCC. For those of you who don't know, I know I use, not big terms, but you know, if you're not really deep into the hobby yet, you might not know. BCI stands for Boa Constrictor Imperator, and that's your common boa constrictor. They're found anywhere from Central America to Colombia, you know, all over the place. And BCIs, or BCCs are Boa Constrictor Constrictors, and those are your true red tails. You know, mostly found in the Amazon, like Brazil. Mines are Surinames, but you can also get, I'm drawing a blank right now. Whatever, you know what I mean. Brazil, Suriname. God, you know, I'm gonna upload this video, and I'm gonna remember the second I turn this video off. But yeah, hope that cleared up. Oh, and again, you might have a snake that doesn't look like either of these guys. BCIs and BCCs aren't the only one. You have Argentinians. I forget the name, scientific name. And you have Longicauda. I'm not sure if that might be Argentinian, but you know, Boa Constrictor, Longicauda, or Longicauda, whatever you want to call it. For the most part, BCIs and BCCs rule the market. This is a BCI. Jack is a BCI. You know. So, like I said, hope that helped. Keep the requests coming. It gives me something to do other than, you know, show you guys feedings, which are at a low right now because of the winter. I feed them once a month. So, yeah. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and I will make it.